Hi, you're here with Jack at Andertons Music, and today you've joined us for the sub £2,000 stage piano shootout. Roland versus Nord. Fight! So this isn't going to be a nasty shootout, this is going to be more of a comparison, and mainly a comparison of three areas: build quality, usability, and the sounds. And we're going to compare to the sounds. I'm going to play a bit of dodgy piano on either one, play the same thing so you can hear the difference. The models, just to go over again, we've got the Nord Piano 2 HP, which is the latest one in the Nord Piano range, and also the Roland RD700NX. The reason why we put these two together is they're both at the same price from us at the moment. So £1,999.99. So a smidgen under £2,000. First category we're going to look at is build quality. Both built really well, really high-end keyboards. You'd expect them to be built well for a smidgen under £2,000. Big difference in the build is just how heavy they weigh. Nord Piano 2 HP, that's only 11 kilograms. Crazy light, fit it under one arm. Roland RD700NX, 25 kilograms. Just on the weight as well, we've got the Nord Piano 2 HP on our KXS A4 stand, which basically, geeky way of saying it's a single brace stand. That sells for $19.99, and that's more than happy on there. I wouldn't want to put the 700NX on that. I'll put it on our double brace one, which is the KXS A6 double brace, and that's $29.99. That's just a little touch just to make sure you get the right stand for it. The reason part of that weight is that this is not an 88 key piano. Even though it's got a fully weighted action, the same as the other weighted keyboards in their ranges and the Stage and the other pianos and electros. Only 76 keys on this one. Full 88 key keyboard on the 700NX. Solid wooden keys, ivory touch, escapement, full whack action in there. All that contributes to the weight, even the fact that all of this is really robust metal, balanced XR outputs. So really both very sturdy, but a big difference between the weight of them. Usability. I'll start with the Roland. A lot of hands-on control for the stage piano, really good. So you've got an equalizer and some control over key effects like reverb, chorus, compressor, and you can assign these to control other effects in there. What's unique about this, a big difference between the two, is the screen. You get a lot of information on there, especially their special doodah called Tone Designer, so you can go in and control every aspect of the piano. I think I spoke about that on our FP50 and FP80 videos. You can really go in. I mean, it's even got a category called Nuance, so it shows you like how, I mean, you can really go in and design the piano to be the piano you want it to be, and it's great on this screen. Big chunky buttons for its supernatural pianos and electric pianos. Another big key difference is you've got every category under here, almost like a workstation. So mallet sounds, pads, organs, guitars, bass, blah blah blah, scat, that's what people want from a Roland, all in there. I really important feature for me, and I always have on the RD700s, is these faders. So for each part, if I want to control the balance between the splits and layers I've created, really easy to change the volume on here. On the Nord, bit of a different way of working. They love putting a knob for every feature on there. So Nord Piano 2 was a massive upgrade from the 1 in the fact that you get a sample synth section that you can split or layer into your patches, and I really think that's so massive because I love putting a pad behind the piano, or even if you're on a gig, you can put any sample from the Nord sample library in there. Horns, synths, everything. So it really opens up how you can use this keyboard. It's not just a stage piano, neither is this. I mean, full sound set, you could go out and do any gig with it. Not so much control over the synth engine as there are other, like say the Stage 2, that's a consideration to look at if you're really into synth sounds. You've only got an attack and release control here, but we'll talk about that when we get around to the sounds. All on-off, bright LEDs, robust knobs. So a little bit more in depth with a screen here, and on this one you've got some knobs to fiddle with. Both really easy to get around and to tailor the sound to how you want. Let's look at some of the sounds, because that's the interesting bit. Let's go. Piano sounds. Well, the Roland on here, we've got under the piano section, Concert, Studio and Brilliant. I hope the Brilliant one's brilliant. Quite nicely for comparison on the Nord Piano 2, it ships with 3 grand piano samples in there as well. So I'll try to play the same thing. I'm sorry if it gets monotonous, but I think it's really essential to play something similar so you can hear the differences, if any, through YouTube land. Okay, so this one's the Concert Grand on the Roland RD700NX. I'm not being weird and just lingering. It's really important, I think, to hear the quality of the samples as they fade out. Really natural, sounds nice. Kicking it through our Yamaha Stage Pass 150 over there. Doing a good job because we can mix both keyboards in there. I'm going to whack onto the Studio, which I reckon generally Studio, it's going to be a Yamaha, probably instead of like a Steinway mishmash of the first one. Same thing again. Last one, Brilliant. Let's see if it's brilliant. As you can see, I've got the disease of not actually being able to play the same thing twice, but it's there or thereabouts. Let's go to the Nord Piano 2. So we're scooching over. Nord Piano 2, first sample, bang, as you go in. So there's a little touch of reverb on here. Lovely. This one is their Bosendorfer large sample, so same thing. Quick point, I can't do my gong at the bottom, so I'm just missing that extra G down there. So there's a little bit of a difference in what you'll be able to play on this and what situations you'll be able to accompany or join in bands with. Let's go to the next one, Steinway D. Really nice. This has got all 3 whacks on here in the piano section. So they have a long release feature, string resonance and pedal noise. I can do the pedal noise because, can we pan down? Oh, we can cough and we can pan down. Check this out. With my dirty Vans. This is only available on the triple pedal. Flicking the soundboard, same thing happens on the Roland. You hear that? So I can't flick the soundboard, but you can hear the strings go. Why you'd ever want to do that, I don't know, but they both do it. Okay, we're round to the third and final sample that it ships with. This is a Yamaha C7, so it should be a little bit more brighter and Japanesey sounding. No, it won't sound Japanese, but it's a Yamaha. Lovely, that's the pianos. Electric pianos. Electric pianos. Nord Piano 2. No, sorry, I'm a bit serious there. But realistically, we're going to get in here. Nord, I always have done, loved their electric pianos and all their other sounds as much as I have done Roland. Must be impartial. But in here, so I flick it around to the electric piano 1 section. The electric piano 2 is just the preserve the Wurlitzer, which will check against Roland as well. But I've got 6 different types in here. If you want to listen to the differences, you can go on the website, and a guy much better than me has done some lovely audio demos. I'm going to play 2 Rhodes from here that I think are nice. What's great as well, really big difference between the two, is when you buy the RD700NX, that's how it's going to stay for the rest of its life. As you own it, you can't change the sounds other than your own editing. With Nord and a lot of their other products, especially this one, they from time to time change or make available different samples of pianos, electric pianos and synths and sample sounds that you can throw in here very easily with a USB cable. So let's play it. This is the second Rhodes on here, which is called Closed and Ideal, and I'm gonna play some so that's 2 bit of hollow notes there for you. This is on the number 6, which is actually a vintage 67 sparkle top, so it would have looked very pretty when it was born. Cool, so that's 2 of the Rhodes pianos on there. Let's go over to the RD700. It's sweltering in here. New video room. It's hot, but I personally like to play synths just a little bit sweaty. Electric piano 1, it's called Tyne EP. Let's play the same thing. Next one is the Reed piano, which is on number 2 in the electric piano section of their Supernatural Sounds. Let's hear what that sounds like. It's going to be a Wurlitzer. Cool, let's leave that there and go over to the Nord and check out his Wurlitzer. And try and keep that in mind. I'll try and keep it quick. This is what it sounds like dry, because you should hear it. Okay, so that's dry. You can probably hear that initially on that Reedy piano setting there was some vibrato that was on her original Wurlitzer. It's really easy to kind of pair those up. So we a little bit of vibrato on there, none on there. So let's put a little bit on. Really simple. Effect 1. Literally just 1 knob for this one, so we'll just dial it in. And that sounds a little bit thinner, that one. You've also got speaker modelling on this chap, so I can turn that on. And it's got a setting here called small, which is not about something else, it's about these small speakers that would have been in a Wurlitzer. And I think that's what I'm hearing on there. So. Okay, so you can see very quickly, just like with the Rhodes on that chat, they didn't have much choice in the core sample, but you could fiddle with it. On this one, the Wurlitzer actually came pretty stacked up nicely with effects and amp modeling. To get it that way on here was just a few button presses. So hopefully you can see that both are pretty easy to get around as well. So we've done pianos, electric pianos. Let's look at some other sounds. I did a video about Roland and I kind of passed over their string sounds, and I think some of you agree with me about listening to string sounds and how, hey, what the heck, but there's some of you out there who want to hear it as well. Even I'm going to hear the difference. So I literally just hit strings on the live sets, on the category here, and we'll go for strings 1. Cool, strings 1 on there. Nord Piano 2 can do strings as well. Nord Piano 1 couldn't do it, just did pianos. Didn't do organs on nothing else, just did pianos. So let's do it. I chose the first preset. I had to turn the piano off, and the sample synth engine on. I've got a really big problem with my S's. I don't know if it's held me back in life or didn't get me any girlfriends or any friends. Right, okay, sample synth engine. I'm going to make sure the attack's quick, releases even quicker. Sample 1, let me check this. It's called 22 Violins. Let's go. Okay. I'm pretty sure that's one of their Mellotron samples in there. You actually have access to all the Mellotron sounds that were with the original Mellotron library. You can download those, ships with loads. Let me see if we've got one here called Full Strings 2. That's the first one I come across. Let's do the same thing again. I'm going to give it a shot on here and go to strings 2, flying around. Quite a big difference there. I'm not sure which one I prefer, but like I said, there's acres more. We could spend all day listening to string sounds, and that was more than enough, hey? Let's go for name your next sound, Tim.
Organ.
Organ. Okay, I'm going to hit organ and get the first organ sound I get. Cool, just to see if the... Wasn't assigned, didn't do any rotary, but it's cool. I know it's got it in there. It's got a tone wheel organ engine. You've pointed out a really big difference here, Tim, with the organs. Even though I just played a bit of organ on that, Nord Piano 2 doesn't do any of that. So no organ sounds in there. If you wanted to play an organ, you'd have to load in an organ sample and play it like that, just kind of like this is doing as well. So that's cool. Let's have a listen to a synth sound. Yeah, it almost blew up our speakers by picking this chap, which is called Gary's Car. It was one of the first patches I came across in the synth section. We'll just listen to what that sounds like. Cool. So like a fat, I'm going to switch to this camera, fat poly synth. Can we get that out of the Nord Piano? You wouldn't think it, but with this new sample synth engine, I'm going to have a little dig and see if we get a synth sample. So I'm literally flicking through here. Let's have a look. Prophet 5. Okay, cool. That's a sample of a Prophet 5. It's actually, precisely, it's called Saga Synth. So this is it on its own. So I think that sounds really fat. Obviously that's a different synth sound, but you can split or layer that in behind a piano sound, stuff that you wouldn't think you could do on the Nord Piano 2. It's making me hot and sweaty and excited. Okay, here's a feature I'd like to make more of when we do comparisons. We're going to go for best sound and worst sound. Let me say that again. Best sound and worst sound. I don't want to say that because I now need to go find the best and the worst sound. Give me 2 seconds. Okay. Best sound. This is pretty easy. The Supernatural piano on the Roland is easily one of its best attributes. Supernatural sounds, even in the Jupiter 80, the big boy stage synth. It's a load of money. Supernatural pianos just sound great. So I'll just play a little bit. Love it. That's just on the concert grand on there, no fiddly business. I wanted to say best sound on the Nord Piano 2. I think it does clavinets amazingly well. You can choose all the pickup settings and things like that. But also another thing, it does wall pianos, and often you'll find on stage pianos and workstations, it says upright or wall piano and it just sounds rubbish. It just sounds like a honky-tonk mess. Nord are unique in giving you really usable upright piano samples. This chap's called Black Upright, and we'll just have a listen to that. Loads of character, and you think of records, a lot of them have got upright sounds. Now to the good one. Worst sound. Or worst sounds. We've had a good few minutes actually. There's been a little bit of an edit, you might have realised, and really couldn't find any. And hope you can hear the anger in my voice. I really wanted to find some helicopter sounds, some dogs barking, yeah, anything like that. Carnival. I like a plane swoosh, thunderstorm. Couldn't find any of it. If you can find it, no. We could put one in the Nord. And I thought about putting one in there. Can't do it. So unfortunately, best sound, worst sound, the way I want it to work, just going to have to wait for another time. But it does bring me around to the end of the video. And I just wanted to give a quick sum up between the two. We'll start with the Roland again. I think the Roland is a fantastic keyboard for someone who needs 88 keys. That's a massive difference between the two. So if you need the full range, you're doing classical work or accompaniment with a singer, brilliant. And you'll also probably better suited to traditional classical players because of the solid wooden keys and the action. It's also the most versatile in terms of the fact you can split and layer more sounds, and there are actually more presets. What the Nord has going for it is the fact that it's lighter. So if you're gigging all the time and you want something light with a weighted action, it's a must-have. That's cool, and you don't need organ sounds or the tone wheel organ sounds. Brilliant to go for the Nord. Also, I just love the fidelity and the soul of the samples, and the hands-on control is even quicker. Yeah, really good, and both at the same price. I think it's quite clear to see, and you should be able to, if you're looking at a piano at this price range, which one will suit you best. If you wanted the 88 keys, you can pay an extra 100 quid, I think it is at the moment, to get the 88 note version of this. If you needed to get the 88 note version, you didn't have the money. We do some financing options at the shop. Anyway, let's get down to what we all want to know. We want to know if there's a demo button. And here's an appeal to Nord right now. No demo button, okay? We need a demo button. People enjoy a demo button. Children, annoying children enjoy it in shops. Old men and women who want to annoy shop people like a demo button, or even people who end videos like a demo button. Nord, sort it out, alright? But luckily, Roland, our good friends, they love a demo button. So that's cool. Easy peasy. 2 of those. Take the stage. Yeah, sure. Demo button and out.